I'm not going to talk in a lot of detail about our ICO. I'd rather talk about the impact of the system that we're building. So what we need to understand is that right now AI is literally blocked on so many levels. So the world needs to get smarter, right? For example, there is a 1.8 megapixel camera flying over Boston, and it can literally track every single event that's happening in that city. But the problem is there is not enough smarts out there that can properly interpret and understand these events, right? And in order to create these smarts, you need a lot of data, and that data is very laborious to create. And that is a bottleneck for AI right now. So the tragedy is that some of that bottlenecking is solved with a lot of money. And that money is present only in Google's, Facebook's, and other large corporations in the world. So that data problem is not democratized. That is, if you're a Facebook, you can devote several millions of dollars and enough capacity to build these data sets. But if you're an average company that's, let's say, trying to develop a smart camera, you just can't do it. So there needs to be a solution. And then synthetic data is actually a cheap way to do it, a cheap way to organize that knowledge and train neural network models. If we can accomplish with our platform the ability to democratize AI and give smaller companies and smaller businesses a grasp on smarter capability, we would literally make the world smarter. And that is a hugely transformational piece of what we do. So in order for us to accomplish this, we need three pillars. One of them is efficient marketplace for all the services, where synthetic data is created, transacted, traded. Second is capacity, and this is what we're getting from miners and mining pools. And third is actually the proper synthetic data algorithms, the research that we did so far to enable the whole system to work. So we actually today had quite a transformational day for our platform. We have deployed the first client to our nodes, and this client is a company that sharpens images. So you would input the image, low resolution image into the system, and then they would use GAN neural networks to sharpen it. And these guys were actually getting pretty broke running on Amazon and paying enormous sums of money and not being able to run their business, so they went to us. And for the first time, we were able to deploy them on our node, which is they currently run on the mining pool that is associated with our platform. So our goal is to build this beast and then make it into Amazon for AI services and synthetic data. So to continue analogy further, right now on Amazon, if you're a retailer, you can sell your own wares and you can basically create your own business and run it. So that's what we want to have for AI companies, vendors, synthetic data set creators, people who train the model, for all of them to participate in this ecosystem empowered by our Neuro token. So there are a number of business processes that are enabled on the system, but when it comes to fruition, it's really going to democratize AI. So all of that nice AI capabilities that is now locked in Google, Facebook, and Amazon, and a bunch of other companies through the platform would be accessible to pretty much anybody with reasonable means, right? So we have some of the most quoted academics in AI research on our team. This is Sergey Nikolenko, who is our Chief Technology Officer, and also our advisor, Andrew, who is Director of Deep Learning in Magic Leap. So we're very well staffed academically. We have about 25 people on our staff building our platform, and we're supposed to have our beta version released February of 2018. So we are currently doing our private pre-sale round, where we're going to be selling 60 million Neuro tokens. And in order to transact on our platform, you'd have to use Neuro tokens. So the only way to access Neuromation services would be to use these Neuro tokens, and we plan to burn them. In fact, we plan to burn 50% of the tokens in the next 3 years. So that will obviously support the utility model for our token and help them gain value. So I'll open to questions at this stage.
Do we have any questions in the front row?
I'd like you to just maybe speak a little bit more about your Neurolab. I seen in your video there was a part where it was speaking about Neurolab. I think maybe.
Yeah, so this is part of the strategy. So in order for platform to succeed, we actually need to bring business onto the platform, and the best way to do it is by example. So we create something called Neuromation Lab, where we partner with industry leaders. For example, we partner with the company presented here, OSA, to bring retail smart. We also have industrial automation partner and partner in medical devices. And then we take these examples and we show the world how they can be done on Neuromation platform.
Makes sense, thanks.